Well, Israel has carried out heavy airstrikes in southern Lebanon. The strikes hit locations ranging from 4 to 24 kilometers north of the Israeli border. At least one person in Lebanon was killed. Israel had issued evacuation orders for several locations. It says the strikes were carried out because the armed militant group Hezbollah was trying to rebuild its military capabilities at certain sites. The targets included a suspected weapons storage facility. The Israeli attacks come despite a ceasefire agreed upon a year ago between the two sides. Blake Sifton has the latest from Tel Aviv.
Yesterday's strikes were viewed as an escalation because of how heavy they were, how widespread they were. And the Israeli military also issued those rare evacuation orders for several towns in southern Lebanon. Now, Hezbollah has not responded militarily to these attacks. They generally don't. It's understood that they are concerned about provoking a return to full war with Israel. Of course, they were severely weakened in the conflict with Israel last year. But earlier in the day ahead of these attacks, Hezbollah put out a statement saying, "We affirm our right to defend ourselves against an enemy that imposes war on our country and does not cease in its attacks." Now, that statement was part of a wider statement aimed at the Lebanese government, calling on them not to negotiate with Israel and not to cooperate with calls to disarm Hezbollah. After these attacks took place, the Lebanese president called them a violation of international law and said that Israel was trying to thwart negotiations.
And Blake, what does all of this mean at this point for the ceasefire?
Hezbollah has accused Israel of violating the ceasefire that came into effect in November 2024 and ended the conflict. They say that they are violating the ceasefire by carrying out these regular strikes inside Lebanese territory, as well as maintaining a presence in Lebanon. According to the ceasefire, both Hezbollah and Israeli forces were meant to leave southern Lebanon and be replaced by Lebanese government forces, but Israel maintains a military presence in 5 points along the Lebanese border inside Lebanese territory. Now, Israel has accused Hezbollah of violating the ceasefire by maintaining weapons depots and other infrastructure in southern Lebanon. They say that allows them to carry out these airstrikes in Lebanese territory. And over the last year, since the ceasefire came into effect, the Israeli military says they have carried out hundreds of airstrikes. They've killed some 330 Hezbollah operatives, as well as carrying out several hundred raids inside Lebanese territory. But crucially, in the last few months, they say that Hezbollah has really stepped up efforts to rearm and to rebuild their capabilities in the south. There are reports that Hezbollah is bringing in new anti-tank missiles as well as new rockets and other missiles, both via sea as well as overland via Syria. And the United States as well as Israel are demanding that the Lebanese government disarm Hezbollah. The Lebanese government say that they are working toward that goal. They're pleading for patience. Of course, many are concerned that if this brought them in direct conflict with Hezbollah, that you could see a return to civil war in Lebanon. But yesterday's airstrikes like that, heavy airstrikes, do show just how fragile the ceasefire is. And there are concerns that now that there is a ceasefire in Gaza, the Israeli military could be turning their attention back to Lebanon.
Blake Sifton reporting from Tel Aviv for us.